Hey guys, it is Wingy here and welcome back to a Doctor Who video. They seem to be the most popular videos on my channel, so fuck it. But actually no, this video is actually quite relevant and not just me doing it for the sake of it. As Series 10 is coming to a close, unfortunately, Peter Capaldi is actually gonna leave. I still don't understand why they wouldn't keep him on. He's great. Do you guys agree? Like, isn't Peter Capaldi great? Even if you think the writing has been shit, which in Series 8 and 9, yes, it most definitely was for the most part. This season, he has seriously proved himself as a great Doctor. But the inevitable will come and he will eventually regenerate. And as sad as that is, it's also quite fun to speculate who is going to be the next Doctor. And I've seen a few people do this and I thought, sod it, I'm going to do it as well. Now today I'm going to be giving you 3 suggestions, or I guess 3 dream castings for me. These are basically just 3 people that I want to see play the Doctor. Now I don't necessarily know how likely it is they're going to play the Doctor, but there's some choices out there that have already been suggested, some that nobody's even thought of, some that isn't actually ever going to happen, but you know, you can dream. And no, I'm not going to be mentioning any women. That is a video all in of itself. I'm going to be doing that video at a later date, so I'm not getting into that shitstorm here at this point in time anyway. First up, I'm going to mention a name that has been thrown around quite a lot and is actually the favourite to play the Doctor, or was the favourite. I don't know, I can't really keep up with it. But that's going to be Chris Marshall. Now I know a lot of people seem to think that he's the safest option and he'll do fine, but he's not going to blow everyone's minds away. And everyone is sort of aware at this point that he is a bit quirky and he is more than Nick from My Family. And yes, it is a very safe choice, but that's why I like him and that's why I want him as the Doctor. Because in this day and age, when you have so many people on social media, people are just never happy, whereas with this choice, yes, it's not necessarily going to blow your socks off, although it might, you know, if he is actually cast, maybe give him a chance and he might actually blow your socks off. But with the unlikeliness of that actually happening, people should actually think, yeah, he's a safe bet. He's actually going to do well, he's quirky enough, he's acted well in stuff like My Family, and is it Death in Paradise or something? I never saw it, but I heard he's good in it. But I think someone who is a safe option like that is probably the best way to go, because it's going to be a traumatic time for Doctor Who soon. Peter Capaldi, a Doctor who is very, very highly regarded amongst myself and a few other people that I know, and I imagine a lot of you guys as well. Stephen Moffat, a very divisive figure in Doctor Who, is leaving. Chris Chibnall is taking over, and whilst he did amazing with Broadchurch, I don't think he's necessarily proved himself as the greatest writer in Doctor Who's history. Then again, Moffat was incredible and look what happened. So I think when Doctor Who is going through all this massive amounts of change, you need a safety net there, and I feel like Chris Marshall would be that safety net, so that's why I want him as the Doctor. My next choice is probably never going to happen because of his age, and that is David Threlfall. Now you may not initially recognise that name, but for most people he is known as Frank Gallagher from Shameless. And no, I don't mean I want Frank Gallagher as Doctor Who, no, the Doctor, not Doctor Who, the Doctor. I'm not saying I want Frank Gallagher as the Doctor. What I'm saying is I think David Threlfall has proved over the years that he is a very, very versatile actor, and I think he would absolutely nail the part of the Doctor. Peter Capaldi, like I said, has proved a lot of people wrong and shown us that an older Doctor can actually work. I think David Threlfall will actually be another kind of safe option purely because he is an older actor, therefore there isn't too much change after Peter Capaldi. David Threlfall, like I say, he isn't just Frank Gallagher. He has proved over the years that he can do comedy, he can do serious, he can do dramatic, he can do quirky, he can do drunk Mancunian, although I don't think a drunk Mancunian is anything like the Doctor, but I mean it's different. I just think he's a very, very underrated actor, and I feel if you give him the part of the Doctor, that is a part that will actually show him off as the high caliber actor that he actually is. I feel apart from Frank Gallagher, no one really knows who he is, and I know for a fact he could nail it, but the thing is, I doubt that'll happen because Peter Capaldi is a lot older, and I doubt the BBC are going to want to go with another older Doctor because they are trying to win viewers back, and you know, I've gone on about them before, but the stupid tween Tumblr dickheads that think the Doctor has to be young and handsome, no. Now my final suggestion is just dream casting that is never ever gonna happen. Cillian Murphy. Now I mean, come on. The dude is a great actor. He's been in so many different things and he has just killed it in every single thing that he has been in. Even just his face looks like a Time Lord. It's just weird. There's something off about it. He's sort of kind of like a Benedict Cumberbatch. And what I mean by that is like, he's an attractive guy, but there's just something off. Kind of like how they describe Matt Smith. He's like the caricature of a good looking man. His acting ability, yeah, I mean, he's been in so many different things at this point, everyone knows how good the actor actually is. but you would also add some star quality to Doctor Who. Now, I'm not saying that actors like Peter Capaldi and Christopher Eccleston and various other actors over the years haven't already made a name for themselves already, but Cillian Murphy is not only just a big actor in the UK, he's an A-lister, I think. Is he an A-lister? Oh, he's been in Batman movies, so he is in my book. And I know that some people are going to say, well, you don't want someone who is a big Hollywood actor because that's just going to overshadow the fact that he's the Doctor. And whilst I do agree with that, with Cillian Murphy, it's different because he has been doing TV recently. And I think in this day and age where Doctor Who is losing a lot of its viewers, even though it has improved a lot this year, a name like Cillian Murphy would bring people in to watch Doctor Who. So not only would he attract people to the show, he'd probably nail the part as well. In fact, he could probably be the Master as well. In fact, cast him as both. Cast him as both the Doctor and the Master. And like, when he's the Master, just give him a beard and then he's a bit different. That'd be great. Do that. That'd be awesome. I just really want Cillian Murphy as the Doctor. I don't even know why. And one final thing as well, I know a lot of people have speculated that the Doctor's gonna degenerate and he's gonna end up as Matt Smith for the next Doctor. Even though that is actually quite a good idea, I don't want it to be Matt Smith. Now, I know people are gonna say, oh, but why was Matt Smith shit or something in your eyes? No, I actually really like Matt Smith, but the thing is, Matt Smith had like, what, 3 or 4 years as the Doctor? If you're going to degenerate the Doctor, how about Paul McGann? We've only seen him on screen twice, so let's see him again for even if it's just one series, although technically he is the most prolific of all the Doctors because of Big Finish. Ah, fuck it, still put him back in. But they're just my suggestions. Now, this is obviously an open discussion. Nobody's really wrong or right in this. You're entitled to want whoever as the Doctor. I don't think you can really disagree with somebody else's suggestions because it's not set in stone. It's not a fact yet. It's only opinion, so it's fine. So, whoever you want as the Doctor, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think of my choices. Cillian Murphy, Chris Marshall, David Threlfall, possibly Paul McGann again. And yes, I do know that the likelihood of any of those guys becoming the Doctor, except for Chris Marshall, is probably quite low. But it's still fun to speculate. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you leave a like on it. If you want to see more Doctor Who related content on my channel, then make sure you subscribe. And if you do, I would love you forever. Until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. My ankle needs cracking. Oh, I've got cramp now.